Hey, it's Wes, and I just wanted to make a real quick video. I did not get to play at all yesterday. In fact, my home office, which is where my computer and a lot of that stuff is at, yesterday was actually being worked on, so I just did not get the chance. But one thing I want to talk about real quick, and this is all regarding the free-to-play aspect of this game. If this game were not free-to-play, I would not be playing it. That's just the simple truth. Yesterday, had work done at my house, did not even get a chance to play, and it's one of those situations where the kind of work that was done is an upgrade. I had some new flooring laid in. We did some painting and things like that. Definitely an upgrade for the office, and I'm pretty happy with it. That's where I would much rather invest my time and my energy, my resources at, is making myself a better home for my wife, my kids, and everyone else. The other thing also to point out though is this: as a free-to-play player, there's two things I want to touch base on real quick. First off, you have to grind this game. This deck I am currently running, it is really my only good competitive deck, period. And it is the culmination of roughly 3 months of grinding. I ground this deck out back. War of the Spark, I started on a deck that was a white life gain deck. And lo and behold, you fast forward from War of the Spark, here it is, it's a year, 2 years later. And once again, I'm grinding again, building and finishing this deck. And so this deck, even of itself, is not done. And that's one of the keys. You've got to pick one deck and you have got to stick with it if you're a free-to-play player. And the reason why is because this particular deck, I love it. Love this deck. The thing is, though, it is been a challenge to get as far as I've gotten with just one deck. Now, I do want to show you a little bit of humble brag here. I'm sitting plat tier 2. If I get 2 more wins, climb to plat tier 1. And my goal is I'd like to get to diamond, but I'm not going to lie. I've got a lot going on for the rest of the month, a lot of things happening. So I may not get there. I just may not have time. And so it is what it is. If I have to sacrifice getting to diamond because I got too much other stuff, guess what? I'm not going to get to diamond. I've got other important things to work on as well. But one of the things I want to point out, though, is this. I've ground this deck out. Let's just call it 2-3 months worth of grinding. And a lot of that came in the form of the crafting itself. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of crafting available to me anymore. I'm sitting here. I want to craft the Demir Rogues set. Once again, I just don't have the ability to craft all this. And so, as a free-to-play player, you have to pick one deck and build it well. The second thing about this is, as a free-to-play player, you have to grind. And I'd also want to make a real quick comment. I was in a subreddit the other day, and I'll include the link. Basically, something like 20-30% had spent on this game $100 or more in this subreddit. And that was a straw poll. By no means was it scientific. But there was also a very, very small percent who had spent very, very little. Well, obviously, a majority had spent less than 100. But the thing is this, even in a subreddit where people who are big into the game, there are people who are free to play. And on top of it, somebody had posted, apparently, it turns out the average player only spends about $75 a year. So you got to figure there's probably a handful of what you would consider a big whale out there who drops a lot of money every year into the game and then turns around and is averaged out by a lot of people who are free to play or spend very, very little. So most people who play this game are free to play. And if you want to play this game and you enjoy this game, this is the channel for you. And I am glad you're here. So anyways, I want to give some appreciation to you all, the fans, and also thank you all for tuning in. And in the next day, 2 days, I'm hoping to get back in this and start to talk more about the deck. I'm hoping to get some gameplay in with it as well. But for right now, just kind of squeezing in videos as best I can. But it is what it is, and we appreciate you tuning in. You have a great day.